Hi, this is Shirish Kulkarni, founder and CEO of Throat Consultech. Have been running this company in business consulting context for last around 5 years and focusing on small and medium businesses for their stabilization and growth. Talking about this Hutke as an initiative, we've been talking to various individual personalities and trying to get their reflection of how they have run this, their own empire, their own institute, their own business in their own way and achieved great in this pandemic situation. Now, the time has come where we have covered around 85 such interactions, and time has come to reflect back, look back, consolidate, try to analyze, try to see what we have achieved, try to see where it has made any impact. Has it really made any impact? Be honest. And that's where we are starting with a new, I would say, sessions of something called as Hutke Reflections, talking to various individuals who have been supporting this initiative, been part of this initiative, been analytical about this initiative, have worked very closely with me to guide me in certain dimensions. And we have such a great personality with us, Niranjan Upadhyay. Niranjan, great to have you on this platform.
Thank you, Shirish. Thank you. Thank you. And let me be frank with you. I also have a very, very high regard to you in this COVID situation. You have done this Hutke initiative, which is real sense very useful, not only for me, but for many people, many entrepreneurs, many industrialists, and most important, a very small entrepreneurs who are required these types of inputs. So in the length of our discussion, I can clear that thing in a very nice manner as far as possible.
Perfect, perfect. I think such a experience that you have, Niranjan, having graduation in production, mechanical production with an MBA with supply chain, having a vast experience on supply chain operations, and having worked with who's various companies like Cooper, Greaves Cotton, Magna, Tata Autocom, Cummins, Coel, Kirloskar Engines. I think it's a great experience you have, and I would say that's one of more criteria or parameter which is important for you, uh, which will actually help us to understand how these interviews have mattered for various cross sections of individuals in a business or otherwise other senses. So great to have a person like you to really talk and dissect the amount of contributions that has been in place, Niranjan.
Thanks a lot, Shirish. Thanks a lot.
Okay, now just starting and getting it rolled, there are 85 interviews. There would be around 15 odd in manufacturing, around similar ones on various entrepreneurs of different classes, around 20 on various corporate leaders, a couple of them on thought leaders like Dr. Raghunath Mashilkar, uh, some with doctors and healthcare, individuals, maybe 5 to 6 on entertainment side. So, do you think that it covers the kind of a gamut of various industries when we talk about this as an initiative for business continuity? So, do you think it has covered that cross section of various industries as taking a shade from various types of industries? What the leaders think? Do you think that has been achieved?
Absolutely, absolutely. I really think that it has covered most of the dimensions because one thing which I would like to tell is HUTK stands for health, which is paramount important, and we should not forget that in this COVID situation, we have learned that if there is a health, then rest things are there. So you have also covered the health thing in a very nice manner. You have interacted with various individual industry leaders in the health sector. And I'm very proud to say that even though it was not my field, when I listened to those interviews, it was an eye-opening. And that's really a good thing. And when I have an eye-opening, I just percolate to other people so that they also gets benefited. So I think this journey of Hutke, it should never end. It has to go on and on. And it's just 1 century, but think that there should be n number of centuries, and this century should go on.
Wonderful. It's sets of so many well-wishers like you who have mattered to really get there. I started this journey, way back just after COVID hit and there was a serious lockdown. Thought that we should have some way where we reflect positivity back, and it started as a noble, humble effort. Never been in an interviewer myself, but started thinking about honing my skills and thought that it might end after 10 odd interviews, but I believe it has definitely grown because of that power of message in the Hatke dimension. I believe that's something that I would like to thank individuals like you who continuously follow those interviews, listen to them, and spread the word further. I think that is a crux. But do you think that, looking at your background of where you have contributed hugely into industry academia interaction, and so there are some interviews of education specialists in education, heads of institutions also. So what's your view on that, Niranjan?
Uh, Shirish, it is absolutely necessary that academia and industry work together right from the first day. Um, Sorry to say, but in India, still we are long way to go, and there are a lot of industry requirements which an academia should cover it. And academia doesn't know what actually the industry needs are. And now it has been started, but there is a lot of scope to come right from the first day how a industry visit can happen, interactions can happen. And in this new normal, not necessarily that the every day you can go to industry. There is a data analysis, and when you do the data analysis, there are a lot of inferences which you can make. So academia, when they learn the industry secrets, they will be able to work in the industry before they join. So, and that is the year of the industry. So industry doesn't have time. Especially, I would love all the academia should work into MSME sectors, because in MSME sector, what you learn is something which is beyond comparison. You don't only learn from a project point of view. It is like you learn a lot. There is a great exposure and a hardcore exposure where the soft skills are applied, and you will see the results when the academia and industry work together. There is n number of projects. Let it be small projects, but it will give a good results and a boost to the students, as well as industry also require that this pain area should get covered. So I think academia industry connect has to get a different perspective in terms of working together.
Amazing. I think it brings a very important perspective. And in this pandemic, if you would agree with that, that one of the companies that we have been looking at is Dynalec, and from the academia side, VIIT. I believe Center of Excellence MOU has been signed way in between the pandemic. I think it's something you must be finding it a really proud moment, right, Niranjan?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the way I should tell that Dynamic team as well as VIIT team has worked together to complete the projects, to get the project done with the interest. And when they generate the interest, especially I am talking from the mechanical point of view, electrical point of view, not necessarily that everyone should go to the computer software side, because there is a need of a cross-functional team which requires to do each and every projects which are need of an industry. So in Dynalec, I really appreciate, especially the top management, where they have seen that their pain areas are defined well mannered, and once you are defined the problem in well manner, the academia understands it, what exactly it is, and it is a out of box thinking. And then together you can do the solutions which can be implemented, adopted in a very lean way. So I very much I was interested and really appreciate the Dynalake management as well as VIIT director as well as dean who has taken interest as well as then the students in this tough time also they were able to do a couple of good success projects which I am very happy.
Excellent. As I was following that trail, I am a witness to even see a research paper getting published in a conference which happened 2 days back. I was speaking to the director, Vivek Deshpande, and he was
Yes,
explaining, how this paper on completely covering a electric vehicle used in a competition got analyzed in a product called as Adams, and the research paper got created and got published. So a sense of achievement. Also on the electric vehicle side, you would see battery management system, a good huge amount of progress by the students, by their eagerness to even see the things on the ground. So as you rightly pointed out, the interaction to see the things in MSME where there is a flexibility, there is a way that you can see it on the ground in front of you. You can connect the wires and see how the motor behaves. You can measure it, and all that. If at all, company like Danelec is able to give that freedom, I believe that's a strong win for both sides to complement each other. I believe
absolutely right, absolutely right.
good.
And
Talk. Yeah, go ahead, please.
and especially in this world where electrification of the vehicle is going to come, you generally see that new technology comes, but then the infrastructure to support that new technology takes hell of a time, and that is a nightmare. Especially you see the CNG launch. It took 10 years to come to the neutral level, and still they are struggling to come to the mass level. So when we are expecting next 5 years, when the electric vehicle population is going to grow, where is going to be the infrastructure? And I should appreciate the team of Dynalake, which is taking this step, a baby step, to get a giant output, which is required for the India, because the government makes the policy, right? But then who is the implementer? The implementers are the people who are the technocrats like you, and then the academia, which supports the technocrats to make it in a mass way. So I really think that this type of initiatives has to go in a long way. Multiple projects are required to be done in this, especially the market survey, what project you have identified. And once you take this leap, I think there will be a great thing because a common man really suffers with the infra. New technology comes, but sorry to say, but then we have an infrastructure problem. And in
Right.
China, they do infra first, and then comes the technology, or then comes the development. It is the other way around in India. We have to have the uh, infra, which is in a very you can say low level compared to the advanced countries like Europe, US, and China.
Great. I think moving on towards area where vehicle changes get homologated, certified, and we are talking about ARAI as one of the certifying agencies that we have in India, apart from the others. And there had been a talk to Mr. Uzgaonkar, Mohan Uzgaonkar, Dr. Mohan Uzgaonkar. I believe pretty insightful ways that they have managed their organization in the pandemic, right? What is that your viewpoint on that dimension? Nirinjan?
Absolutely. They have managed with very smart steps, you can say. The interview which you took of Dr. Mohan Ujwakar was very interesting, and especially the human resource, how it is very important, and the 5 C's which are required for human resource to get capable and capacity and competency, all the three. And then more important, how the dimensions of music is also music and sports, how it is important in today's life when there is a lot of tensions with respect to health, then work, lot of jobs are at stakes. So how it is been overall managed, and really hats off to ARI, lot of smart steps they have taken. And I really learned a lot from the interview which you took of Hatke. So not only that interview, Shirish, I would like to take, means I am just waiting for one after the other, the interviews you complete. And I feel that every week there should be an interview. And I just see like you like to have a TV serial or a movie. So I really like when your interviews are taken and something is released, and when I observe something from the interview, because you have covered verticals which are 360-degree, means you covered almost all. And then there are some entertainment people you have interviewed where we have learned how they have come up. Then I still remember you have taken one interview of Navy, Merchant Navy, uh,
Right.
uh,
Mr. Malkare, yes.
Mr. Ha. Uh, so I really means, appreciate what type of career they have gone, how tough it is, how different world it is, and this would have been not possible by reading books. You can get it, but we don't get such a great knowledge in a very short time. So this is something amazing. So this should continue. And in fact, I personally feel that I will suggest always some personalities where everyone should learn from them some good things. So I will in the interview of Dr. Mashalkar, we learned a lot what he has told. The entrepreneur has to have his own path. Don't follow any other path. You have to create your own path. So that is something was very eye-opening. And he spoke about innovation. What is innovation? How it has to be taken to an implementation phase. And small innovation makes, you can say, a fruitful outcomes. And you have to have patience, because a lot of startups are not been successful because they don't have that nurturing thing. And if we are able to nurture, how the startups can grow eventually to a sizable company. I
Mm.
I feel that there were a lot of interviews where I have learned a lot.
Superb. I think it makes me also get into thinking. And as I view any of the interviews again, it's like puts me into a gear of learning those things that I experienced during the interview. And it is definitely something where I could have done better or differently if I were asking this kind of a question, or I would have learned more from that personality in the time that was slotted. I do remember, another interview that we were talking about is R.R. Deshpande, uh, uh,
Absolutely,
ex
absolutely.
CEO and MD of Coel. I believe,
A person like him, being at this senior position for so many years, was speaking about health and how he is able to maintain the health. And he was something eye-opening. If a managing director of a company can find time for doing some health dedicated initiatives, or you can say a passion, you can say, uh, it was mind-boggling. Means मला शिरीष सांगायचं म्हणजे खरंच हे वाटतं की जर आर आर सर करू शकतात तर आपण का नाही. And he was my boss in philosophizing way back, and I have learned a lot from him. He has stationed me in Delhi for some part development. He used to come, and we used to travel by rickshaw, and the rickshaws were having a very bad qualities compared to Pune rickshaws. North Indian rickshaws were horrible, but still he used to come with me, do the follow up. He used to teach us. It was a great initiative. And when I listened to him, I always learn something. We are in a learning phase. The interview which you took of Dr. Shailendra Goswami, who was IIM Bangalore MBA also. Mind-boggling. What a supply chain experience, what a energy at the age of 76, what a enthu which he was having to share the knowledge, how to get academia industry connect, how supply chain has to get managed at a MSME level, how import and export has to manage in India, how export is very important in terms of India.
Mm.
It was a mind-boggling. I learn a lot.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think there is a sense of learning from all these individuals. R.R. Deshpande, definitely the way that he is still managing his health, fitness. His heart goes for fitness. Where we were talking about, he doing his exercise when he is in elevator because he doesn't have time
Absolutely,
before he got
absolutely.
retired. And now I saw him actually after he's retired, and he has become so lean. So I actually my respect for this kind of individuals who are really passionate inside. When I interviewed him and now when I saw him, he's ex-European. My respect multiplied like anything because these individuals are definitely role models for us to follow as they speak.
The other interviewer, Dr. Tansen Chowdhury, he was also ex-COP, right? An ex-IIT Powai
Right.
person. He told that the PowerPoint is important, but the power in the PowerPoint is very important. That something is amazing. And the person who has a very, very great respect in the industry as far as the knowledge sharing is concerned, because he is giving the knowledge in the academia by taking not a single rupee. He says that, Niranjan, what I will get from Saraswati when she has given me so much. So I don't want to mix Lakshmi and Saraswati. Lakshmi I'm getting very well. Saraswati, it is going to be given. So he has not taken a single rupee. Suresh, I'm telling you, for last almost 15 years, he's teaching to symbiosis. You name the college, he's there. He has given to COP the funding last year.
I know.
So, so it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Amazing, amazing. That interview was also insightful, where he has grown this company, Fluid Controls, from a size of say 50 crores to 153 crores. And this person is humble enough, a Six Sigma expert, and we visited his factory also, and it was definitely eye opener for us, the way that the operations are managed. So it is not theory. I would say these interviews are leading towards interaction at the operations level and avenues to understand each other at the operations level. So it's definitely immensely satisfying as we see that. Now, Niranjan, we definitely want to dissect the sets of interviews, to be honest, and see also not so good part of it. Something that could be done better, right? I mean, it is an experiment, and we are open. I am personally looking at inputs, feedbacks, corrections, improvement areas, maybe sugar coated. But definitely, do you think that there is some dimensions that you think could be done in a better way, different way for the things to come?
I think you should cover more interviews with respect to health, because health is importance after COVID, new normal, and you should be closer to the new normal, what will be. And if you are able to catch some inputs of interviews, which will give us future insights, not
Hmm.
only on past insight, but future insight. And if some questions related to that, which will give us some clarity of future, like
Hmm.
you are struggling to for the electrification vehicle, and if the future is able to get in advance at a planning stage,
True.
things will be better to live. So
Right.
I think that is one. Second, I think that some interviews which you have taken into Marathi can be taken into English, but that is very difficult. But anyway, I think the language common, if we can implement something, that will be a great use, because I feel that these interviews should be observed globally. and the interviews can be useful for anybody and anyway. So, and a person like me who are always ready to learn something likes such type of things. So that is my suggestion.
Wonderful. I think definitely points taken. We would definitely look at more coverage into healthcare space. Talking to some of the doctors now, as the vaccine is evolving, you would definitely like to get the state of latest, how it will get incorporated, implemented. These are dimensions everybody is eager. The second dimension is of the state of the art technologies like EV. We are definitely exploring talks with the heads of various corporations, but there is some limitation on them to come on air. So I have personally had some good interactions with them, but they're saying we will not be able to publish it. So there is some degree of ambiguity there. But we will make sure that there are some people who are able to come, who are heads of different organizations that will help. About the language, I take that point completely. Being trying to access the whole pyramid as such, right from the bottom of the pyramid, where entrepreneurs at the ground, say making less than a crore or a couple of crores of business, that's something which is the largest mass. And if at all in Maharashtra, you see that Marathi becomes a language that is a must to have. Then definitely Hindi and English is there, but there is no adherence to a specific language. I take a point that we have to scale up and down, and I believe strongly and appreciate your view of making it as a global effort. That this should become a large size where it is acknowledged, appreciated, and efforts reach out to all the corners in the world. So just a dimension there. Another lacuna that was highlighted was people to be covered across various countries. That's also something in process. We are looking at some personalities out. As we reach 100, there is another set. Entertainment industry also was covered. People think that it is not an industry or whether that is a business or not. But if we look at Prashant Namle's interview, how succinctly he outlined that this is a business and how he manages his time as well as the way that it is to be treated as a serious business to pursue. I believe that is definitely there, and your points definitely taken. I believe we will definitely look at incorporating those aspects as we move. Yeah, I think this is definitely a learning that we have, and we'll take all the points that you cited moving forward. And looking back and looking at this 80, 85 interviews, Ravinder was just curious, and wanted to hear from somebody who has seen many of these interviews. Do you think there is a common thread of message that has gone to various people across the various layers of society or the way that they are working right now? Do you see there is some kind of a message, positive, constructive, indicative has gone to them?
Absolutely right. It means I can say that always with this interview there is a positive note. A lot of learnings happen, and I can say that the common thread is that at light at the end of the tunnel, whether it is there or not. So that was one of the things. Then the technological importance, so how we should go with the technology, how we should go with the innovation spectrum, and that too, anyone can see your interview. It is on the YouTube, and once someone takes some inputs with respect to all the facets of Hatke, I think there is no doubt that there is a positive movement, or you can say a motivation or a learning which an individual or a organization can take for from this interview. Like for example, you have taken the interview of Dr. Tansen Chaudhary, where the lean process approach was been explained in a very nice manner, which are unwanted processes are not required, and how to avoid that. and that is something which a new normal has taken. Like for example, one of your Hutke interview with Niranjan Kirloskar of Lidgard, he gave an example that why the new building is required, a new office is required, where the investment of 5 crore was supposed to take place immediately. He just scrapped that thing, and he has invested in the company in where the processes are required. That is something, it is something from this new normal we are learning. The other example is TCS or many software companies, where many of them are asked to work from home, all employees, where 75% of their employees are required to work from home for next 2 to 3 years. So this is new normal. So as a common thread, I think that industry limitation is not there. Academia limitations are not there. Various stakeholders limitations are not there to go through your interviews uh, and learn from it. It is just anyone can observe, listen, learn, analyze, and take it further. And I have no doubt.
Absolutely. I think there had been an effort also from our side. We had engaged with around 5 MBAs to really dissect around 50 odd interviews, 10 for each for those 5 MBA students, interns with us, and to bring out analysis of where this leadership thinking is going in this pandemic situation, and creating a theme-based analysis of what are the themes evolving, of what leadership is thinking right away as we speak, when the industry is getting pushed to the wall of limitation, constraint on movement, constraint on resources, constraint on cash flow, and how new things are evolving. So I think that's another thing that we are thinking about, talking to those students, completely different strata of individuals who are budding and trying to get into this industry. What's the kind of viewpoint they have on these interviews as we move forward? I think that will be definitely insightful interaction with them to have, I believe. Right, Niranjan?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely, and they should not stop. In fact, you are talking about 50. I think that we should complete 100 interviews and complete another spectrum of 50, because we have a lot of inferences, as you rightly said, that uh, what leaders are thinking, what are their spectrum, how they are going moving forward, what we have learned from their experiences. The experiences doesn't have shortcuts, right? So much years of experiences, and we are getting through Hutke platform the experiences, leaders who are speaking their qualities. You just imagine their experiences. Forget about qualities, their experiences. And once you learn what they have gone through, it's 100% sure in your life or in your organization, some or the other way, the situations are going to come. So I generally see that cross pollination. If you ask me, some good thing is happening in one organization. It can be replica in the industry, whether it is a software industry, it's a manufacturing industry, or any type of industry, service industry, where, like for example, lean process. The lean process, lean thinking, the lean approach can be adopted in any industry,
Mm.
and that advantage can be taken. So this it's a mind-boggling platform, and my all you can say regards or well wishes to have this century at the earliest, and then the book also, so that a person can get the synopsis and take it further. So it's it's amazing.
Right. I think it reflects on how much passionate you are and how charged up you get to really look at them, and that is the reason we are blessed to have folks like you who really follow, inspire the individuals, and take this something as a global thing that we need to take forward. And talking about the book, as you rightly mentioned, it's definitely on the anvil. Thoughts are in place. There is a spark that is required. Otherwise, this book would have come back maybe in Diwali time. But we are waiting for some more in-depth analysis. As you spoken about psychological analysis also, we will try to get it to map to leadership qualities from a formal analysis group, somebody who is expert in psychology there, and we are definitely going to have that to really make something which is coming out, which is worth for industry to have as an outcome of this exercise. I believe that's
Absolutely great. Absolutely great. I'm telling you.
Right.
And
yeah.
And one more point I would like to touch, which we were talking about, is with this new normal, the person, whoever and anywhere is there, we can interact. That is one. Secondly, as you rightly said, the global, our people, and you can say global people, let it be any national, if he has some qualities and he wants to share his qualities to the world, this is a great platform. And he let it be any part of the world, I'm telling you. And he wants to exchange his experiences. And if you are able to tap his profile and he would like to take the interview forward, it will be a mind-boggling. Let it be from US, let it be from Europe, let it be from Japan. Our own people will give lot of insights. And I think the next version, I feel that it should be a truly global platform of exchange.
Good. I think that definitely puts bar higher for us to go global, talk to leadership in the global sense. And I think having done some homework, I call it humbly, to cover this 80 or plus personalities, thanks to all of them, to have appreciation and to be positive, to want to reflect positivity without any hesitation in their current work pressures that they had in their own enterprises, institutions, and personal grounds. They have spared their time to make it through this platform. I believe a big thank goes to them to have contributed to this initiative. I believe that's very important for me to be. I call that as where I play that catalyst role to enable the reaction, but not to take part in it. I've been playing that mirror role. Being a business consultant, we don't want to preach anything, but let people look at it and read and comprehend and internalize what is getting told in those interviews. I believe the purpose is definitely that, intent is definitely there. So Niranjan, great, wonderful interaction with you, and this journey will continue. And thanks for being around and being supportive in this initiative. And as you are saying, as we have seen, that if you say 100, 100. If you say beyond that, it is beyond that. But let this journey be there, and our, thanks for this time that you have spent with us today.
Welcome, Shirish, and thanks a lot. And there should be no end for HUTCARE journey. That's 100% sure.
Superb. So Niranjan, thanks a lot, and big best wishes for your venture, the work that you are doing in industry academia, the work that you are doing in the supply chain operations, business development at various fronts. You are going to be flying, coming with flying colors for sure. That's the wish and the blessing that we have for you from all of us. So God bless and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shirish. Thank you.
बिजनेस कोई भी हो, सक्सेस की नींव हम रखते हैं।
बुलंदियों को छूने की आपके अरमानों की उम्मीद जगाती जोत है, हर सपनों का हम स्रोत है।
सही स्ट्रेटेजी, परफेक्ट डिसीजन मेकिंग और बिजनेस ग्रोथ के लिए हम आपके साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर आपकी स्वप्न पूर्ति करते हैं। स्त्रोत कंसल्टेक, सिनर्जाइजिंग ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन।